Consent.
Consent. No, you can't do this too. This is my secret disguise.
No, hold on. Ready? Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I'm the Goobernator.
All right, the voice just ruined it, man.
The voice was perfect.
You have to take this seriously.
Disguise.
Like,
listen.
If you're truly gonna take on the mantle of the Goobernator, like you have to try harder.
You're right. I think my mask was on upside down.
Your mask. Oh, there it is. That's the Goobernator right there. And see, this is why you have to watch the videos on YouTube, because you get quality entertainment that you just don't get by only listening to the podcast.
And I just upgraded my camera, so it's not as choppy as it was.
And I also fixed my camera ankle, so you can see my entire blank wall that I'm still trying to get posters for.
At least I have a small poster that the listeners can't actually make out what it is.
Okay, I have a poster, and
it's a neon 70s looking Scooby-Doo.
It's a neon blob. Also, let us know if you can figure out what this is behind me. I'm not going to tell you. You have to try and figure it out for yourself.
I know what it is, and I can't tell what it is.
That's why it's a game for them, Matt.
All right. Sorry for just the listeners who aren't watching the YouTube videos.
Well, that's why you got to watch the YouTube videos. There's so much more to discover to the Garlic Boys.
Yeah. You get to see what we actually look like. I cannot tell you how much of like a shock it was. Like it hit me like a brick wall when I found out what the McElroys looked like.
Oh, I was not expecting that at all.
I don't know why, but I had like a picture in my head of what they looked like. I mean, everyone does that, but well, I shouldn't say everyone, because some people can't picture things in their head.
Right.
But like I had a image in my head of what they looked like, and I looked at them. I couldn't tell whose voice went to whose face.
I did. I could figure out which one was Travis pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
Because Travis is a very unique person on the podcast, so the one with purple hair was like, oh.
See, but he didn't have purple hair when I first started listening. Like that was
fair.
That was a very new, not new, but like when I first started, I watched like the like 6-episode live show, like live TV show that they made.
Their show was great.
It was phenomenal.
Such a shame that got canceled.
I was so sad because it was so good. I could not stop laughing. But like he looked very different in that. He looked, and I'm proud. I'm proud of my boys and how they changed over the years. And
Griffin still looks like
Griffin looks the exact same as he did when they started. I don't think he's changed. Since he was on Vine, I don't think he's changed at all.
So what's funny is I realized after I figured out who they were that I'd seen Griffin before, because I had seen him doing the amiibo videos.
Shoving the amiibos in his mouth.
Yeah. I figured that was, that's him. That made it clicked. I was like, oh, he's not just a crazy person.
Sadly, I wasn't actually on Vine at all. Like when Vine first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, Vine, oh, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, wow, this is kind of lame. I don't really like this." Not really understanding the magnitude of how amazing Vine ended up being until college. College hit, and it was like a culture shock. I experienced Vine and could not stop.
I was kind of sad when Vine ended, because it was right when I started like understanding the platform, how to make videos, and like making jokes that can fit into 6 seconds. Yeah. And I started like getting a little bit of traction on there, and then it announced that it was closing or shutting down. And then I just gave up on doing internet videos until I think 2019 is when I finally got TikTok.
TikTok, baby. Yeah, that was another tough ride for me. Like at first I was like, I will absolutely never get TikTok. This is the stupidest thing.
It's the dumbest thing. It's a waste of time. I
And
downloaded
then
it and I posted one video that got like 24,000 views, and I was like, guys.
TikTok is the greatest. No, like I think it was you who was like, hey, just give TikTok a try. Someone, I don't remember who it was. It might have been you.
I
Someone
mean,
said,
I'll take the credit. Like,
give TikTok a try. Just watch some videos. Like the person might have sent me some like videos that I
yeah,
could watch without downloading it and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. So then I downloaded it. I was like, I'm just gonna watch videos. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do is watch videos. So I watched videos, started getting my algorithm going, started getting some videos, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then you made a video about William, who the
William
heck William is,
William the fish.
on the Baby Shark cereal, which phenomenal video. And I made a video in response to that, my first ever video, and it got so many views. I was
Yeah.
like, excuse me? Because yours was in the millions, wasn't it? I think what mine was in the thousands or some like 20 some thousand or something like that.
It's still my number one video to this day, but I think after like 3 days, it was around 3 million views.
Yeah.
It was such an experience. Like, if you've never had something like blow up like that before, like my phone was constantly going off. I would go in and like there would be like 1,000 likes, 300 comments. Like there was so much like going on at once. It was like a little overwhelming, and at the same time, it happened on a college campus. And so like other people were figuring out, and like people were like, he's going viral on TikTok. Look at it. Like it was like it started spreading. And it's not like I wasn't a nobody at college. Like people already knew who I was because of the Woo's Line performances that I did. And so like people I didn't know were coming up to me and like talking to me about the video, and like it's like, this is why I always thought you were funny, man, like things like that. And I was like, okay, all
I'm
I did
famous.
was all I did was make a Snapchat video. Like that's what it started out as. It was just a
Yeah.
stupid Snapchat one night when me, Diamond, and Aaron went to Walmart. And I didn't think it was anything special. I was like, oh, I'll just throw this up here. It's just this stupid, funny little video. But I forgot the power of Baby Shark. And I think it's now like 2 years, 3 years later at 3.2 million views, 500,000 likes. And like I'll still go in and like, oh, someone liked a video of mine, and it's that video. And it's like, why are we still liking this? Move on from this.
How is this still on your For You page? Like,
right.
I will say, Baby Shark is equal parts, about equal parts, annoying and also nostalgia. Like that's the song I sang like when we were doing long car drives across the country, because that's what we did to visit family. We would sing random songs like we did Bottle of Pop or something like that.
Right.
And we did Ants Go Marching, and we did Baby Shark a lot, and a few others that were just like repetitive songs. And yeah,
Well, that's the thing. I remember the song before, like, not to be a hipster about Baby Shark, but like we were doing it years beforehand, and it was such a different song back then. But now it's so contextualized with Pink Fong.
yeah,
Like that company that like that's just Baby Shark now.
yeah, which is insane because like we didn't have YouTube videos when we were kids, and I mean, we did a little bit, but it was still
starting in 2005. But like,
right,
we weren't like we weren't supposed to be watching YouTube. Like,
right. And so like when it was just word of mouth, like all of those little songs and fun little like sayings and stuff like that just everybody somehow knew. That was I don't know how the heck it was passed along. Like I would say something to Susie, and Susie would say something to her cousin in Alaska, and then her cousin in Alaska would like. I guess it's how it spread,
It's oral
but like
tradition.
nobody was talking about it when the internet was, fresh, fresh little web baby. Like nobody was talking about it then.
Just a wee little web baby.
Just a wee
A
little
wee
web
little
baby.
web baby.
A worldwide little web baby.
Little web.
But like nobody was talking about that stuff. It just happened. And this is like the high five. I just found out the high five. I think we might have talked about this
We
last week.
talked about this last week, yeah.
But like the high five was just created. The guy's still alive, or he like
Right.
just what? Like that's
He's currently
insane.
coaching a baseball team.
That's insane to me. Like how fast, just like this little thing that doesn't mean anything. Nobody knew what it was like 20 years ago, 30. Nobody knew Baby Shark until it just spread. It just spread out of nowhere. And then now it's a freaking craze.
Well, a common game we would play at my youth group was Mafia.
Yeah.
Like we would play that and I was like, okay, this is such a cool game that like we came up with. And then we started playing it at my school bus and I thought, okay, like on band buses, on trips and everything. I was like, okay, I know some people from youth group that have been in this like group and everything like that. So like it's not impossible that this has reached this level.
Yeah.
And then like I start watching gaming channels on YouTube and everything, and like Mafia, Werewolf, like those sorts of like social deduction games are huge.
Yeah.
And, like you don't get like something that you feel like is such a small niche thing. Millions of people can know about.
It's absolutely insane how just like our last couple generations, including the new ones, actually even more so with the new ones, it is insane how fast something can spread. Just a little thing can spread like crazy, just in like a matter of days.
It's so easy for you to go into what you're listening right now, which is this podcast, click on the share button and share it with all your friends. Like if you can post about it on your Instagram, on I guess Twitter, if that's still around when this goes out. Like it's so easy to share this with people that you know. Like
it's so easy. And you could just like it's a click of a few buttons, just a few little buttons, and everybody in the world could know about this podcast.
Exactly. Like you tell some friends, those friends tell some friends, and then everybody's subscribing at the Garlic Boys and then following us on Patreon and supporting us there. It's crazy nowadays.
Shamelessly plugging while also talking about the craziness of just how fast things can spread, like butter, like moist butter.
Speaking of smooth transitions like butter, Matt, do you know what time it is?
I can't believe it's not butter time.
Nope, it's Land Licks time.
Land Licks. All right, LOL.
Okay, it is. Yeah, literally. It is time for the Clever Boy quiz.
Woo! Yay! We should start inserting like a clap track, like an applause track, whenever you say it's the Clever Boy quiz.
You're right. Editor, get on that. The joke is I edit the podcast.
Well, now you ruined the joke. Now everybody's gonna know.
We have a team of 13 editors that work around the clock to make sure you get the best and the best possible show.
To be fair, yes, I did edit one of the episodes.
And I will also give you credit because we did have to bleep some things out in that episode, and I don't know how to do that.
Well, I do, baby.
All right, Matt. So for the Clever Boy quiz, you have a total of 3 wins and 1 loss so far.
Okay. All right. I'm strong.
That means right now you are triple clever winner. And you're trying to earn the rank of 4-leaf clever this week.
All right, I'm gonna win the 4-leaf clever.
Are you ready for today's quiz?
I'm feeling lucky.
All right, today's quiz is titled Oreo or Oreo?
I hate you so much. Is this Oreo flavors?
Yes.
Dang
This is
it.
according to the official like Oreo website, as well as medium.com, which has a list of 85 plus Oreo flavors.
85?
There are over 85 Oreo flavors. Now, some of these are limited editions, some of them are foreign, but what I'm going on are what are ones that you can at one point have bought in an American store.
In an American store. Okay, I was going to say, if you were doing foreign, I was going to quit.
No, I don't believe any of these are foreign flavors.
Okay,
But you
fingers
have
crossed.
to tell me whether or not these are a real Oreo flavor or if this is one that I've come up with.
If you say pickle, I'm going to slap you.
Hey, erase pickle. Oreo, if you're listening to this segment and you would like to purchase one of these ideas off of me, you can find our email. It's very simple and it's worth it.
Purchase.
All right, Matt, you ready for your first one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Churro, Oreo or Oreo?
Ooh, that would, if it hasn't been, that would be a really good Oreo. I love churros so much. I'm going to say, hopefully, Oreo. Yes, it was an Oreo type. Leave him in
You are
suspense,
correct.
bud. Yes. All right.
Churros is a real Oreo flavor. And I believe you can purchase it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking.
I could be wrong about that. I don't want to leave anyone with false hope, but don't look right now.
I'm
Dude,
not.
I can see your eyes.
No,
your eyes are in Google mode.
My hands are right here. My
I'm
mouse
dock you a point.
is
I'm gonna
right
dock you a
here.
point.
I'm not looking right now. I
Put
was
your
gonna
phone
go
on your
to the
bed.
store.
Put your phone on your bed.
It is. It already is. I will go to the store later and see if I can find them.
All right. Number 2. Double chocolate. Oreo or Oreo?
Oreo, definitely. Yes.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct. That is the chocolate cookie with the chocolate cream.
All right.
So that is a real flavor.
I think I've had it actually. It's pretty tasty.
I was hoping that framing it as double chocolate would confuse you a little bit.
Was it a different flavor?
I think it's just called the chocolate cream. But like the main version of that is with the vanilla cookies. So,
gotcha.
All right. Flavor number 3. Orange. Is that an Oreo or an Oreo?
Oh, if it is, that's disgusting. That is revolting. Well, I guess it wouldn't be too bad with the white cookie, be like an orange creamsicle almost. But cookie form. I'm gonna say Oreo. No, it is not.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
So there is the orange cookie or the orange cream that they sell during Halloween, but it's just colored. It's not actually flavored. But a little like asterisk to that. In the Japanese market, I believe, you can get a sparkling orange flavored one.
Interesting. Okay.
But given the caveat of just American flavors, from what I could piece together, there is no orange flavored Oreo.
All right.
But I don't think it would be bad as you made it out to be, because have you ever had a chocolate orange at like Christmas time?
No.
It's actually pretty good, and I think you should try it. Though the vanilla and orange would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think like a orange creamsicle like type Oreo would be decent.
All right, Matt. Flavor number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Cookies and cream. Oreo or Oreo?
Is it is it cookies and cream? Oreos mashed up in ice cream? I'm gonna say Oreo.
Final answer.
Because it would just be filled with. It would just be.
Just an Oreo inside an Oreo.
I'm gonna say no. Yeah, final answer.
Matt, that's incorrect.
Oh, what? So they
There-
just crushed up a bunch of Oreos and put it in the cream?
There was a limited edition flavor of cookies and cream Oreo.
No way. All right.
Oreo also makes a bunch of ice creams that they do have cookies and cream flavor for as well. Just
didn't-
another asterisk to it.
All right.
But that there is a variant of the cookie itself. Yes,
That's wild.
I know. That's why I added that.
That's like a bread sandwich. Like you just do bread,
That is
Maybe
a thing. That is a
mashed
thing,
up
though.
bread, and then another piece of bread.
But no, bread sandwiches are a thing. I think it's like British or Australian or something like that.
I don't like ostracizing any sort of listeners, but what the heck? No.
Hey, sometimes you're poor.
Sometimes my sandwiches have too much bread. Like like you're
I think you
putting more
flattened it.
bread.
I think you flattened it. Like it's not like
I
a
don't care
thick.
what you do. It's still bread. It's
It's
still
not like
just,
you're using Texas toast. It's like thin white bread that you roll out.
it doesn't matter. Is there something else besides just bread? Like
Butter.
no, we're moving on.
Have you never had a
Absolutely not.
butter sandwich?
No,
Oh.
that's disgusting. I've had
Wow.
peanut butter. I've had peanut butter with cinnamon sugar on
I've
top.
never had that. That's a weird sandwich to me.
No, because you would die. Stop. We're moving on.
All right, flavor number 5. Lemon meringue pie.
Oh,
Oreo or Oreo?
ooh. See that doesn't sound like a bad Oreo. Not gonna lie, but I don't know. This is tough. I will give it to you. This is a tough quiz. I'm gonna say Oreo. No, it is not.
Final answer.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is not an official Oreo flavor, according to the stipulations that I've found. There were other sorts of pie flavors.
Yeah.
None that I can kind of name off the top of my head right now, but yeah. They should definitely make one. Lemon
Yeah.
meringue pie is delicious.
I don't think it would be bad.
banana cream is one of
Oh,
them.
that's gross. Banana cream pie is so gross. Anything banana flavored aside from bananas is disgusting.
You're a
Banana
monster.
Laffy Taffies,
You're a
banana
monster.
pudding.
You know that. I hate you.
No, but strawberry
No.
banana. I could deal with that. Anything
That's
else?
mainly
banana.
strawberry. That's what you could do with that. Strawberry overpowers the banana
Uh-huh.
flavor. You're
Yeah.
so wrong. You're so wrong. The best pie flavor is banana cream pie.
No, the best pie flavor is Dutch apple pie.
I don't like cooked fruit.
Isn't banana cream pie cooked fruit?
Yeah, but it's cold. So like it doesn't have it's the texture.
Actually,
It's the texture. The texture of cooked
personally-
fruit.
But you're confusing me.
For one, I don't like cherry, so that knocks out cherry pie. 2,
Yeah.
blueberries. Warm blueberries are horrible.
Yeah,
They're-
and there's too much blueberries in blueberry pie.
Right. Blueberries are good like if I'm going to sprinkle them on my cottage cheese or just like snack on.
Yeah.
Um Matt doesn't like cottage cheese, but
It's so gross.
it's the best food that's ever been made.
No.
We're not gonna do this right now. We're talking about pie.
I
We're talking about pie in the middle of our Oreo segment.
Yeah.
I will give you apple pie is a good warm fruit pie, but that's only because apples don't lose a lot of their texture when they're cooked. They still have
Yeah.
some snap to them.
Yeah.
But like I won't do fruit like warm fruit pies. Lemon meringue, coconut cream, like those sort of like cream based pies.
Mhm.
I prefer those.
That's fair. All right. I'll give it to you.
All right, Matt. Number 6. Caramel covered coconut. Oreo or Oreo? caramel coconut.
Ooh. See, that would be a really good one too. I'm not see, my favorite cookie is a Samoa, and that's as far as I'm aware, essentially what Samoas are, right? Doesn't matter. Um, regardless, I'm gonna say Ori. No, no, it is not.
Final answer.
Maybe, sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt. That is incorrect.
Ah!
Caramel
right.
coconut is a true Oreo flavor.
All right.
There's no like, from what I can tell, there's no like coconut pieces in
Mm,
it, so I think that's might have been what throwing you off.
right.
I could be wrong. I've never had the flavor.
Me either, but I would. Well, obviously, but I would actually like to try them.
Yeah, I think that actually sounds pretty good. Number 7, Dr. Pepper, Oreo or Ori no?
There's no way. There is no way. And you would throw this in because again, it's like a Vizzini cup in front of you, cup in front of me thing. See, the issue is you're probably drinking Dr. Pepper right now.
It's water, my boy.
Oh wow. Wow, he's drinking water.
See, Mom, I do drink water.
No, like you religiously consume Dr. Pepper. So I'm a bit thrown off by that. I'm gonna say Ori no.
Final answer.
That would be such a weird flavor. Yeah, final answer.
You're correct.
Yes.
However,
However,
there is a cherry cola flavored Oreo.
ooh, see that would be decent.
And so that was the inspiration. I don't want to say that it was cherry Coke if I'm wrong, so I think it was just a cherry cola. We're gonna go with that as the flavor. But that is in the realm to me because cherries go well with chocolate.
Yeah.
And so like it's not too far off. But Dr. Pepper is it's my favorite drink, so I did add it in there to sort of throw you off.
Dr. Pepper's become such a meme lately. I feel like it's not far off to think that they would make one in the next couple years.
Oh, for sure. Like that's one of those flavors that's like if they put it out, I'd probably buy it just to see what it tastes like.
Same. I think a lot of people would.
Which sometimes that's a good market.
Right. I mean, that's what people do with Mountain Dew flavors. Like every new, I try every new flavor. I'm a Mountain Dew zealot, if you will. And I will try every single new flavor that comes out if I can think about it, get my hands on it, all that stuff.
I refuse to try the fruit quake.
It's actually not bad. I actually liked it.
I don't like fruitcake because again, warm fruit.
Right.
And I don't trust them after the gingerbread fiasco of last year.
See, I think that's why they made this one to kind of make up for the gingerbread fiasco. But yeah, I don't blame you.
Look, if they want to make up for it, release this year's Voodoo as an actual flavor. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It's my second favorite Mountain Dew now. We need that one back. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, second favorite because the Orange Baja Blast that came out this year is very good as well.
I haven't actually tried that one. I'm not a big fan of orange sodas. So
I think it was like a mango flavor. It wasn't actually like orange flavor.
Oh, never mind.
It goes along with the tropical flavors because
Right.
Baja Blast is like a tropical citrus lime.
Yeah.
And then there was a yellow one that I think was pineapple, and the orange I think was mango.
I think I had the pineapple one. I'll have to try the mango one. But anyway, moving on.
I digress. Flavor number 8, a brookie, Oreo or Oreo. Brookie.
What?
It's the given name to a brownie cookie.
Oh.
Half brownie, half cookie.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Ori no.
Final answer?
Brookie. That's so weird. Yeah, final answer.
That is incorrect, Matt.
Ah!
The brookie is a true Oreo flavor.
Why would they do that?
I
All
don't
right.
know. Because you need more cookie flavors in your cookie.
If you don't have at least 7 different types of cookies in your cookie, it's not really a cookie.
It's not, one dessert is not enough. You need to somehow fit 3 desserts into one sandwich cookie.
Absolutely. I've seen those like wild videos on TikTok where they make like 8 different layers of some random different desserts, and I'm like, do those really go together, or are you just mashing a whole bunch of stuff together to like be different? I don't know.
Like, ooh, you made an ice cream Twix bar with a Snickers stuffed in the middle. You can't eat it. There's no point in me watching this. Cookie number 9. Cherry cobbler, specifically with a vanilla cookie. Oreo or no?
Ooh,
Cherry
cherry
cobbler, specifically with the vanilla cookie.
See, I'm gonna be a bit depressed if you if you say no, it's not, because that sounds really good. Oh, but it's probably even if it is, it's like a special edition that's probably never gonna come back ever again. Oreo, if you're listening to this, if it is or was, bring it back. If it's not, come on, let's get on it. Let's get on it. I expect at least $100 in royalties. um, Oreo, yes, yes, I'm hopeful.
Bold for you to ask for royalties on something I invented. That's not that's not an Oreo flavor.
We're a team. It doesn't. They're gonna be email. What are they gonna find my email and email me? No, they're gonna email us, and it's gonna go to you.
Fine. We're a team. Cherry cobbler, from what I could find, is not a flavor.
What? Boo.
But like, I don't even like cherry cobbler, but cherry cobbler with the vanilla cookies would be good.
Yeah, that would be delicious. Boo. Crap, I have to get the next one right to succeed.
Exactly.
Crap.
You ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Your last flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Gaga. Oreo or Oreo?
What? Hold up. Hold the phone. Are you saying like this is a Lady Gaga like themed one where Lady Gaga's on the package, or they like took a finger off of Lady Gaga, reproduced the flavor, and made cookies out of it? No, that's so weird. I hope it doesn't taste like Lady Gaga. I'm gonna say this is such a weird one. No, it is not.
Final answer.
I've never switched my answer. I've just held steadfast in my incorrectness. Final answer. Yep. No, it is not. That's my final answer.
Hold on, I can't find the year that they came out.
No.
Lady Gaga and Oreo teamed up to make a limited edition cookie with pink cookies and green icing.
I hate you. I was this close. This close.
Now, technically, Matt.
Being a 4-leaf clever boy.
Technically.
What?
You are tied with 5 wrong and 5 correct.
Do you have a tiebreaker? See, most of the time, 50% just means no. So I didn't know if you had a tiebreaker ready, because I wouldn't mind a tiebreaker. But should I do it? Because then I'll be like even more failure.
Hold on, I'm getting a tiebreaker ready for you.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. I'm ready.
Tiebreaker question.
Okay.
According to pattern.com, what flavor of Oreos had the highest demand in 2021? They're specialty Oreos. I'm going to give you 4 answers.
All right. That's good.
A, mint Oreos. B, birthday Oreos. C, peanut butter Oreos. Or D, Lady Gaga Oreos.
Oh, these were all actually in 2021.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say that all of those are pretty popular flavors. So you said mint, peanut butter, Lady Gaga. What was the second one again?
Mint, birthday, peanut butter, Lady Gaga.
Wow. I'm going to say mint, just because I know a lot of people, for what reason, I do not know, like mint and chocolate.
Final answer.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm prepared. I've already come to terms with not being a 4-leaf clever boy, but final answer.
Well, it's good to hear that you came to terms with that because you are not granted the rank of 4-leaf clever boy.
No.
According to pattern.com, demand for specialty Oreos in 2021 was dominated by the Lady Gaga Oreos, Matt.
No freaking way.
You got to remember how many Lady Gaga, like, she got her little monsters out there buying cookies.
I didn't even know they existed until 5 minutes ago.
You got to keep up on the Oreo news, my guy.
You're right. I need to start religiously trying Oreos like I do Mountain Dew.
All right. Unfortunately, Matt, you are not a 4-leaf clever boy, but you are still a triple clever winner.
Just wait till next week. I got it next week.
All right. Even though you're suffering from a crushing loss right now, Matt, would you like to talk about your topic for this week?
Yes, I'm so excited. I don't. Did we already? It doesn't matter. But I cannot tell you, with the recent news of Timothy Amundsen being cast as Hephaestus, I cannot tell you how excited I am, even more than I was before, for this Percy Jackson series. It's going to be so good. Lin-Manuel, everybody's mixed feelings about Lin set aside, I'm in love with the series already. I'm in love with the inclusion. I'm in love with the fun characters that they're putting in, the actors that are amazing actors already that deserve a chance. And have you seen who's playing Dionysus?
Oh,
Yeah,
I know,
that guy.
yeah. Detective Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is gonna play that part phenomenally.
I fully agree with everything you just said. Like, I'm so excited for this series. When I saw the Hermes casting, it dropped a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, what kind of chokehold does he have on Disney right now? Like, who did he see hit someone with his car? Like, what happened? But like, they just brought it back hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore. You and I are such fans of Psych. I think it's both of our like if not number one, top 5 TV shows of all time. And so like Timothy Olenson is so good as an actor, not just on that show, but also on Gallivant.
Yes.
He was good on Lucifer for when he was on there.
I've actually never watched Lucifer, but
he was in some episodes of Lucifer.
all right.
He I never saw Supernatural, so I don't know how his run on that show was.
It was good.
But he was in one episode of Criminal Minds, and it's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
He's just so phenomenal, and like the
fact that he had a stroke and he's still coming back and being as awesome and strong as ever please.
He and Maggie Lawson, who will play Juliet O'Hara on Psych, do a weekly podcast called The Psychologists Are In, where they rewatch the Psych show. And it does not feel like anything happened to him. They do address it and they talk about it. They even sort of joke about it, where like he'll say like, "Oh, when that thing happened," and Maggie's like, "Wait, what happened?" But like he still has the same charisma that he had. Like,
Yeah.
he is still there, and like the way he talks about the progress he's making, and like every step we see him take, like in Psych 2, where we see him literally take those steps. Like, I don't know him personally, but like to see him come back from this is just incredible, and it's such like a heartwarming story to see someone who I revered as such a great actor being able to heal so miraculously and get back to doing what he was so great at.
Right. No, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And then like, I don't know if you've ever seen The Adam Project, but
Yeah.
The kid who's playing Percy Jackson,
he's such a phenomenal actor. Yes.
He was so good at playing a young Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
And I didn't think about it, but like Percy Jackson is just a young Ryan Reynolds.
He's got the quips. He's got stuff down. With this being a series, they're starting with the actors younger than I believe Logan Lerman was in the actors in the movies.
Considering they were playing
like almost in their 20s
and they were in their mid-20s. Yeah.
Right. Like they're a lot younger. They're staying true-ish to the age for most of the characters. And they're like making it a series, which means if it gets traction, which I really hope it does, then it'll just like keep going forward as those actors age. I'm so excited.
Like those actors can play those characters throughout all 5 of the original books. And then you have the Heroes of Olympus series where you can grow your universe.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Magnus Chase books.
Yeah.
Where like those loosely tie in with him being
Norse.
Is that a spoiler? If I mention how they're
who he's
connected?
Related to?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been out for a long while.
Guess by what his name is.
Magnus Chase.
Yeah, he's Annabeth's cousin. And then there's also the Trials of Apollo, which like also continues after Heroes of Olympus. So there's so much that you can like build out this universe from if you just like give it the time to. And they're already starting from such a good footing, and it's because Rick is there.
Yes,
I know that's what it is, and like he knows exactly what these books should be. They're trusting him, and it's going fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited. Okay, but I do want to ask, for some of the other gods, specifically the gods, like the Greek gods, since that's where we're starting, do you have any other like fan casts for the ones that haven't been casted yet or haven't been announced?
Well, you know my number one fan cast already.
Do I?
Apollo should definitely be played by Young Gravy.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's being said all over the internet. I full on 100% agree with it. I mean, he already has naturally blonde hair. He's 6'8", and he's incredibly charismatic. If that's not what you want for Apollo, then I don't know what you want. And yeah, he's in his mid to late 20s now. And so like if we ever do get that Trials of Apollo series, he's in a different body in that movie or in that series anyways. So you can recast him. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But like that would be perfect for me.
Yeah, that's actually a decent casting for Apollo. I saw one of my dearest loves as far as actors go is Zachary Levi, and he's a bit older, which is the only thing that would kind of make me say maybe not, but I think he could play a phenomenal Apollo. Like he already, I mean, he's done a lot of different looks over the years. I think just how he acts is very Apollo like. I mean, just in the Shazam movie alone, like that's very Apollo to me. But Young Gravy is yeah, pretty decent choice, especially with his age.
So I just looked up who is actually already cast, just so I know which actors
Hmm.
and gods are casted.
Check
Jason
out.
Mantzoukas is Dionysus.
Yes.
Just so we can get his name out there. The Edge, the wrestler, is playing Ares, which I thought that was also a great addition.
Yes.
He looks like he'd be a big warrior guy. I mean, that's what wrestlers were like modern day gladiators. But
Did you
let's see
see?
here.
I saw somebody. It was. Where did he go? Am I missing something? When I looked yesterday, there was another actor on there, and I'm not seeing him anymore.
Jay Duplass. He's playing Hades.
Okay.
Let's see. I think those are the only gods that have been announced so far. I don't see anyone.
Oh, they have a Medusa already.
Yes.
Did you see
and
who it is?
Jessica Kennedy.
Yeah, she's the Flash's daughter, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, she's great.
yeah. I think she'd be a cool Medusa.
Okay, and then Mrs. Dodds is Megan Malawi,
Yeah.
who was Tammy 2 on Parks and Rec.
Okay.
But if we're gonna go with other gods, who would I cast?
Well, we got Zeus and Poseidon.
Well, Zeus has to be like a strong, powerful figure.
Yes, very well-known actor, I think too. Well, maybe not
Right.
necessarily,
I
but
like.
I think it would be good.
Someone that like everyone would know and like respect.
See, I actually thought Sean Bean wasn't a bad Zeus. Like, I think if they would have done those movies better, he could have been a good Zeus, but I don't think he would be good anymore. I'm sorry, Sean Bean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of past.
I don't know. It's a good thing I don't have to make these sort of decisions
because I can't think. I said, who would be your fan cast? I can't think of a single actor ever. They don't exist.
I literally.
No, that's how my brain works for sure.
What's funny is when I was like, okay, who'd be a good Zeus? My first thought was Russell Crowe, who plays Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder,
who already played Zeus. I don't want like I love them, but I really don't want MCU actors to be in this. If I'm being 100%, like Chris Hemsworth could make a good Zeus, I think, but I don't want him to be Zeus.
What about Anthony Starr, Homelander from The Boys?
Oh,
I think he does naturally have blonde hair, which isn't something you necessarily need for Zeus, but he does play like an all-powerful person who is smug. He does that very well as Homelander. He is physically fit. He's Australian, but I don't think that they all need to have the same accent necessarily. Plus, he also does an American accent very well.
Right. I didn't even think about that. I think that would actually be a really good casting.
The only reason I thought of him, like, and I believe in that casting, is because I also thought of, oh my goodness, I just had his name. I don't remember his real name. Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Come on. No, you know it. I've watched that show.
We know it. Why do we not? Why do we know it?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles. What if he was Poseidon?
I could see him being Poseidon. Yeah, I like that kind of closed off father figure. Yeah, absolutely. I
And
think you know who I think would be. She's kind of kind of bigger. I think she could still do it. Um, as Aphrodite, I think Blake Lively, in my honest opinion, would make a phenomenal Aphrodite. She can be cold.
mhm,
She's also gorgeous.
I agree.
I think she could do it. I think she could do pretty good.
Um, for Artemis, we could do Sama Hayek.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like she might be a bit older though. Like she's
Mm,
not old, but like I feel like if we want someone around the same age as Young Gravy, if Young Gravy were to be cast, right?
well, the gods can appear in any way that they want to.
That's true.
So maybe that's just how Apollo chooses to be seen as at that time.
That's very true. The the actress who voices Freya in God of War, she is older. And the way they made her character look is very Artemis to me, but she doesn't really look much like that.
Perfect fit. Instead of Salma Hayek being Artemis, she can be Hera.
I could see her being Hera. I could also see her being what's the goddess of the hearth?
Uh, Hecta.
Hecta? I could see her
I
being
think
Hecta,
that's I think
maybe.
that's her name.
No. I'm thinking the mother? You know her name. I have such an extensive knowledge, but I'm forgetting everything.
The Earth Mother, Gia.
No, not her. I think it's Persephone's mother.
Oh,
One of
Demeter.
yes.
She's the god of the goddess of harvest.
Yes. I think Salma Hayek could play a good Demeter.
If she played Demeter, then we could have Eva Longoria. I think that's who played Persephone in the original Percy Jackson series, the movie series. She can come back because I liked her. I think she did a
Was
good
that
job as
Eva
Persephone.
Longoria?
The same actress
Who
from Ghost Rider. Pretty sure that's Eva
I
Longoria.
No, I think it was the girl who played Persephone, the woman, she was a woman. Who played Persephone was the same girl who played woman who plays Ahsoka, right?
Is that Rosario Dawson?
I'm pretty sure it was Rosario Dawson.
Hold on.
I could be wrong. I haven't watched those movies in ages because they were abominations.
Yeah, I own it. It was Rosario Dawson. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways, she was great. I don't know why I thought that was Eva Longoria, but
I could I could see them pulling some of the actors who like started to get their chance but didn't get their chance from the movies as maybe not main characters, but like some minor gods or
right.
literally anything. Some of
I
the camp counselors, I don't know, like stuff like that.
I did see someone say that they wanted Alexandra Daddario to play Athena.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
I've also seen people say that they want Logan Learman to come back and play Poseidon, but I just don't think he's old enough because I think he's
Yeah.
still like in his 30s. And you can have a 12-year-old in your 30s, and he's also ancient, but
Yeah.
like he just doesn't have the stature that I think Poseidon should have.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I did Hades get cast?
Yes,
You did say
yeah,
Hades? Okay.
he was announced the same time that Hephaestus was. It's just Hephaestus was the bigger get at that time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Timothy is my boy. I'm so glad he's doing stuff again. I really am.
Yeah. Um, who else do we have? Got to meet her, Hera. We never settled on anyone for Artemis.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, actors just leave my brain whenever I have to think of them. But
who? Oh, she's in the MCU, but I don't know. She played Cersei. Gemma Chan.
oh,
She had a nice like. I want to use the term regal look to her, and I think
Yeah.
that would be good for someone who's like the goddess of a hunt and an eternal maiden.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like her. I just thought of the girl who plays Elektra in the Daredevil series. She also plays in the cleaning lady. Yeah, that's what it's called. The cleaning lady just now. I think she's kind of, I could see her playing one of the
Yeah,
goddesses, possibly Artemis or some other, but Gemma Chan's a good pick. Better
I
than us.
think, and this is a ways down the way if they're gonna do that, but for Pan,
Yeah.
um, Danny DeVito. If we're not gonna get him to play Chiron in the live action Hercules, let's let him play a satyr at some point, and just have him be old Pan.
That just
Grover,
just
I'm dying.
just him on his like deathbed. I'm the trash man.
It's the trash man. It's killing all the wilds.
Give me some of that trash over there. I wanna chew on some soda cans.
Love me some soda cans.
Oh man. I want him to be in more stuff. Like the last thing I think I saw him in was Jumanji. Oh, Danny DeVito was as they get older, like obviously things get harder. Acting is not as easy as it once was.
Right.
And it's just disappointing because I love all of like the actors that we grew up with, like Sir Ian McKellen playing Gandalf and Christopher Lee, who R.I.P. Like such great actors that just they're too old. Like I feel bad saying that, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be in anything. It's so hard to see them age because they were our childhood essentially.
I mean that's a good transition into what I wanted to talk about this week. I'm not sure if you saw the news. You probably did. It's a big story for the nerd community. But if it in the past few weeks, Kevin Conroy had passed away.
Yes.
He was the voice of Batman from the '90s animated Batman TV show, and I wanted to talk about it because that's the voice of Batman for our generation.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't watch a lot of the '90s TV show because it wasn't really on still, but the Justice League TV show, Justice League Unlimited, were a continuation of Batman the Animated Series and the new Superman Adventures, I believe. And so he voiced Batman in those, and I loved those cartoons.
I think he also did it in the Arkham video game series.
Oh, he did it a bunch. Like he
Yeah.
was in really if you've heard the voice of Batman over the last 30 years, there's an 80% chance it was Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Um
He built a lot of that stuff. Like
Right.
it's like when people think of the Joker, the animated Joker, a lot of times they think of Mark Hamill because like he just was the Joker for a long time and he was phenomenal.
He's also one of the ones that came out of the Batman the Animated Series. And that's what I wanted to talk about was that show specifically. I wanted to know if you've ever seen it because that show did so much for Batman's lore. Kevin Conroy was one of the first people to portray Batman in a different voice than he did Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's sort of he talked about it in an interview that I saw. That's how he differentiate. That's how he made himself stand out among other people who watch. Stop laughing at me.
I'm not laughing. I'm sorry.
Out of the other people that auditioned, because it created a new depth to the Batman character.
Yeah.
And from that point on, you really see that in the media, like with Christian Bale, who people arguably will say is the best live action Batman. He has his normal English speaking voice as Bruce Wayne. Batman voice.
And it's a lot deeper and scarier, gravelly,
Right.
stuff like that to make it stand out. I think that's become like the newest Batman didn't do it as much with the Vampire Sparkly guy.
Robert Pattinson.
Thank you. Names are eluding me tonight. With him, he didn't really do it as much, but like it's still like when you see the Batman and maybe they do like a little deeper voice and like do a little bit more of a persona with
Right.
the Batman. It because the actual character of Bruce Wayne doesn't do it just to disguise himself.
Yeah.
He does it to get in character. Like to differentiate, as you were trying to say earlier, the two different parts of himself.
Well, there's a lot of people that will talk about that duality, and they'll say that when he's putting on a voice, it's actually when he's Bruce Wayne, because the Batman is really his true personality,
Right.
the true person.
And Bruce is the show he puts on for people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like even past that with Batman, the whole idea of Mr. Freeze not being just a common criminal, but like someone who's trying to buy funds to save his wife who's dying, that came about from the Batman animated series. Like so much canon and lore was started and redefined, I should say, from that TV show.
Yeah, and I'm assuming I haven't watched the whole show. I've seen episodes as a kid, and I started watching it again, kind of as in my later adult year, earlier on in my early adult years is what I was trying to say. So I have seen some. I assume like most of Batman's villains are you can empathize with them in some to some degree because some of them do heinous things and you can't empathize with that. But like their origins, you can empathize with most of them, like most, if not all of them.
If you look at Batman's rogue gallery, and this is just a fun observation on Batman, a lot of them were just scientists that didn't have enough funding.
So they tested
and so
on
they
themselves
experimented on themselves. Like Dr. Jonathan Crane, Dr. Victor Freeze,
yep,
Dr. Pamela Isley,
yep,
Man Bat.
Yep.
I think Clayface was a science experiment. Like he volunteered for an experiment.
Yeah.
Like so many of them are intelligent people, people that just were down on their luck, and so like bad things happened to them. If only there was someone in that city who could have funded projects or used some of their resources to help those poor and disenfranchised people in his city. Instead of spending billions of dollars to just punch them in the face instead.
Well, to be fair, a lot of some villains came about before Bruce came into the money, basically before he decided to come back to Gotham and stuff like that.
Sure, if you want to go by what Gotham the TV show says.
No, I'm not just going by what Gotham the TV show says. I'm going by just the fact that a lot of my Batman lore comes from the video games because the Arkham series is phenomenal and I religiously play those games. Except for the new one. I haven't touched it with a 10-foot pole. Not yet. I will.
Is that the Arkham Knights one?
Yeah. No,
or
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
I've heard such terrible things about it. I don't want to try it yet.
I guess you're right. I mean, all of the mob bosses, including the Penguin, like they're all people. Hugo Strange, which is another brilliant doctor.
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul was already around. But like a lot of them, I feel like we also don't talk about enough how a lot of them have to go to a psych ward.
Yeah.
Like Arkham Asylum is not a prison.
Yeah.
It is a psych hospital. And then in that psych hospital, one of the doctors, who was a brilliant doctor, was then tortured and transformed by one of her patients and became a villain themselves.
Yeah.
Also brought about by the animated TV show. That's where Harley Quinn got her start.
Yep.
Um, and so like the Batman TV, the animated series, humanized a lot of the characters, like with
Yeah.
Victor Freeze, and like you saw that duality. I believe the ventriloquist, like I read a graphic novel that I think was based off of the episode that he was in, but at one point he was just a dude trying to like live his life and like do nothing wrong and like just be a normal guy, and then got sucked back into being the ventriloquist with Mr. Big, who was his dummy. That's this mob boss again.
Right, right.
And so like they humanized a lot of the characters, and I think one of the best episodes of that show is called I Almost Got Away with It.
Hmm.
Where a lot of the villains are sitting in a circle talking about ways that Batman has foiled their plans, and that they talk about how I almost got away with it. And I think Batman is hidden at the table.
Yeah. We have a game based
You
on
have
that.
a game based on it,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's such like like not many TV shows, especially comic book shows, would give you perspectives from the villains and like humanize the villains. But that show did that. And it wasn't all Kevin Conroy. Like the writers of that show get a lot of the credit for that. And like the entire show in general should be given props. But like when you're creating a show based around one singular character, getting that character right is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And they nailed it with Kevin Conroy.
Yes, absolutely. I would also like to point out I neither of us condone anything that these villains do. Just
Oh,
just
no,
a
no, 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 no,
heads
no,
up for
no,
a
no,
listener.
no,
The
no,
villains
no.
are terrible, but their origins for some
Yes,
of them
yes.
I can empathize with. I can empathize with how they came about. As far as any of their actions after that moment, absolutely not. Nope.
They're when you hurt other people intentionally, you're a bad person.
Right, right. And there's
And
normal people don't hurt other people intentionally. Just in case you are aware, listeners, normal people don't, which is why most of them are in a psych ward.
and then when you're caught hurting people, you're given a chance to reform and change your ways and do better. And then you don't take that opportunity and you
And
just decide, crime is fun. That makes you an even worse person.
right. And some of them have over the years in different works and stuff where they were able to kind of turn into a hero or an anti-hero at least. Like and I respect that. I do, because I totally believe in forgiveness. They did a lot of heinous things and they deserve to serve time for sure. But as far as forgiveness for your actions, I believe in that. I believe in that heavily. I'm not a big supporter of the death penalty, not to get political. I'm not a big supporter of the death penalty. Just because I do believe wholeheartedly in true change and forgiveness, but they still deserved time, like time in jail.
Right.
Some sort of reformative program would be nice, since jails statistically don't work.
Yeah. At
On
least
that happy note,
we'd like to thank you all for listening. Yeah, sorry. That got weird.
yeah, a little bit.
Thank you all for listening. We would love it if you guys could follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, if again that is still around.
Yeah. Right.
Check us out for updates on when we're posting clips and promo material for the show to get an idea of what we're talking about this week, as well as you can follow us on YouTube to get full-length video episodes so you can see us as well as hear us. And you can also become a Garlic Boy yourself and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/thegarlicboys. It starts at just $3 a month for tiers.
Mhm.
So if you could just hit us up on there, and help support us.
And like, definitely thank you. We appreciate all the listeners so far. We appreciate everything. I'm always going to say that every single episode because we appreciate you more than you could possibly know. If you can, it's pretty easy. On anything that you're listening to this on, you can usually rate things. Leave us a rating. A 5-star rating would be nice, not a 1. It helps companies like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff get us on their like
Trending
new shows
page,
or
like,
trending or something like that. It helps. It helps a lot, and it's 2 clicks. You know what I mean? You don't even have to write anything. Just give us a couple stars.
Yeah, we really could appreciate. I mean, we talked at the beginning of the show about how easy it is for information and for things to spread, and you can share us so easily with your friends. Even just saying, "Hey, this is a fun podcast I listen to." So
there's a bus driver at my job that comes in and out, letting people in and out. And one of my coworkers is like, "Hey, do you know Matt has a podcast?" And so she started like asking me about it. This is not her speed. I don't expect her to listen to it, but like just the fact that she was asking about it and interested, you know, it was really sweet.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Well, thank you again for listening. And remember, as always,
stay garlicky.